I'm Julie, if you don't know me, and today is day one of our Back to Movement Basics program. So are you excited? I am. So welcome to my gym. We're going to be doing everything inside so you don't get bothered by the wind or the snow or everything that's going on outside, or even my dog. So what we're going to be working on today is we're going to be working on grounding our feet and just getting some blood flowing and just some gentle movements to help you feel better and get going in your day. So if you're doing this in the morning, it's a great way to get set up for the day. If you have a movement break during lunchtime or even before bed, these are going to be fantastic things to do. So the big thing when I start with people, I like to work on fascia, but in order not to scare you, we're not going to get right into releasing the fascia too much with tools like you see over here in my corner, but basically we're going to work on fascia but just with some stretching. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get up. I'm going to go to the other end so you can see me fully, so we can see what we're doing, and hopefully you can see me okay. But what we're going to be starting off with is we're going to start with marching. Okay, marching allows us to ground our feet. So the key here, I talk a lot about grounding your big toe with clients. If you've seen some of my posts, some of my clients talk about, I'm really big on grounding your big feet, your big toes. And the reason for that is because that's where our balance comes from. So the whole thing is that if your toes are not grounding, then you're much more likely to fall over. So sometimes, and also when I do this, it helps me find out how tight are you in your hips. If you've been sitting for a long time, your hips and your back might be a little bit sore. If you've been sleeping, if you slept incorrectly, your hips might be a little bit tight. So what I'm looking for is your feet pointing straight ahead. So if I'm turned sideways, you're gonna notice I'm pushing off my big toe as well. My knees go forward. So I'm not doing this kind of drudge, so I'm not pushing off my heel like this. Really focus on pushing off that toe, drive the knee. I can add the arms if I want. My heart rate should be up by now. Now what we're gonna do is do some brain patterning. I'm gonna step out to the right and then to the left. Right, left. Again, keeping my feet as straight as I can. Right, left. Right, left. Let's switch it up. Let's go left, right. Left, right. A little bit hard. So imagine yourself in a box. Step out of the box. Step in the box. Out. In. Might be a little bit harder for you to catch on, and that's okay. It's all good if we're there. All right, cool. Heart rate should be up a little bit. Now what I want you to do is you're going to focus on hip hinging. You're going to use the palm of your hand. What I want you to do is drive your hip back. So if you read my ebook, I talk about hip hinging being a very important movement. So the key here is you're massaging the front of your thigh and driving your bum back as far as you physically can. What I don't want to see is you round your back like so. So if you want to keep your back as flat as you can. If you're feeling anything in your lower back, you know you're doing something wrong. Knees, I don't want to see your knees bent, so you shouldn't be doing this, okay? All you're doing is you're feeling a stretch down the back of the legs. You might feel in your bum a little bit. Make sure your big toes are connected. Grab the floor with those toes. So you're just going to hinge a few times just like that. Okay, cool? All right, next what I want to do is we're going to do a standing hip opener. You're going to bring your knee up and bring it up. Make a big circle. Standing hip opener. Okay, so you might be crunching, cracking, all that stuff. Yep, totally normal. If you're struggling, you need something to hold on to. You can go do it by a wall if you need to. Whatever you need to do, we're going to go out and in. Awesome. Okay, so now what I want you to do is we're going to stretch out our feet. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to come towards you. I want you to take one step forward, and I want you to stretch the back foot, come up on your toes. You're going to go on your big toe, and then what I'm going to do is you're going to roll out to your baby toe, okay? Step forward, roll big foot, and out to the side. Roll the big foot, out to the side. You might get some cracking. You're going to feel a nice tight stretch on the bottom of the foot. That is totally normal, okay? Hopefully you have a little hallway that you can do this in. If you don't, that's okay. I'm going to go back so you can see from this angle, okay? So I'll roll the big toe out to the side. So it's all about setting up our ankles. A lot of times when people exercise, we do not spend enough time on our ankles. And the whole thing with longevity, what we're trying to do is prevent falls. And then even if you do fall, that you don't die from it and hurt yourself from it, okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to flip over, big toe, roll it out. Big toe, roll it out. We're going to do, now you're putting your toe down, excuse me, and rolling it up to the outside. So we're going to stretch out the top of the foot, okay? So this one, a lot of people might be tight on the top of the foot here. It's going to feel a lot better, getting a lot of blood flow back in the feet. It's a good way to wake up. This is pretty much a daily, I do this every day in some way, shape, or form. Cool. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Okay. So I talked about falling. So in order to help us prevent falling and help us if we're going to fall, is we're going to work our ankles. So we're just going to walk on our toes. Imagine you have really high heels. Okay, walk on back. If you have pain in your foot or in your toe, That is not normal, okay? Now we're gonna walk on the outsides of your feet, okay? So this is gonna be awkward if you've never done this before. That's totally okay. You might feel some stretching and all that kind of stuff. That's your fascia pulling. That's totally normal. But if you're feeling pain in your big toe, by doing this, it will help, okay? So, but if you have any questions after doing this, if you're feeling something not funny or feeling not right, let me know. Or if something feels funny, it's like, I don't know if this is right. Message me. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you. So now we're walking on the insides of your feet, okay? So again, if you ever catch yourself falling on the insides, we're all good, okay? And last one we're gonna do is we're gonna walk on our heels. This might feel awkward again, so if you have some kind of plantar fasciitis, whatever, this would hurt like a lot, okay? So we're just gonna try to work through that because the whole thing is we need to release that fascia and so we can start feeling better and whatnot. So if you don't know what fascia is the white stuff on a chicken, okay? So the whole thing is the covering. We have that all over our body. It's very sticky. If you're not eating well, if you're not drinking enough water, and if you're stressed, that stuff gets gummy, 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 gummy. So all we're doing right now is loosening that up, straight up. So now we're gonna do a pelvic tilt. So what I wanna do is we're gonna stand with feet about hip width apart. I'm gonna rock your hip forward, rock your hip back, rock your hip forward, rock your hip back. So this is a very important movement to help get your core activated. A lot of us, when we sit too long, we sit in this posterior tilt. So the whole thing is that what we want to do is we just want to rock our hips back and forward. When you're doing this one, I don't want you to feel pain in your lower back. So only go where you don't feel pain. Okay, so if it's a little guy, a little movement, that's totally okay. So what we're trying to do is you're doing a few of these, okay? Just back and forth. Find the range of motion. What I don't want to see is your knees moving. So I shouldn't be seeing this. Just move your hips back and forth. Put your thumbs in the front. You can do it this way, back and forth, okay? Pelvic tilts. Fabulous way to get blood flow in that L3-4-5. So a lot of people that tell me they have disc degeneration, we got to get the blood flowing back there. That's how we get the core to activate and get your back to loosen up. Because we have, a lot of times people are stuck in this position. It means we're tight here and tight in the lower back. Or here, same thing, tight here, tight here. So what we're trying to do is get that to loosen up. Cool? Now what I want you to do is feet together, grab the floor with those toes, do some knee circles. Again, if you feel pain in your knee, let me know. But you shouldn't. Just make sure the toes don't come up when you're coming around, okay? Just do a few one way, a few the other way. Now separate your hips. We're gonna go with the hip circles. Try to find all those tight corners in those hips. We're gonna go 3 one way and then 3 the other way. Round you go. Wherever you stop, nobody knows. Cool. Now I want you to give yourself a big ginormous hug. Say, I love me. Now what I want you to do is give yourself a big circle. So big bear hug. If you can't reach, just go where you can. If you're here, that's totally cool. Round your spine. So I don't want to see the hips moving either. So we're just moving that upper spine here. So we're just trying to get some blood flow. This one feels phenomenal. Okay, go the other way. Bear hugs. Cool. All right, should be feeling, got some blood flowing, feeling good. We're grounded to the floor because our toes, our feet had warmed up. Now we're just going to finish off with the world's greatest stretch. How do we do that? You're going to get to your balance. If you're feeling unbalanced, try to find something that you can brace yourself with. What you can do is you grab your knee and nice and tight. You can roll your ankle a couple times one way, roll the other way. Then what I want you to do is take one big step forward. Bring your hands down to the floor. That back leg, if you have to put it on the ground, more than welcome to do so. And you're just going to rock back and forth a couple times. A couple 3, a couple 4, 5, whatever. So we're going to do a few of these. Now what I want you to do is you're going to lean forward. So that stretch that front, that back hip here. You're going to, your best of your ability, you're going to drop that elbow to the floor if you can. If you can only get to here, that's okay. That's where you're at today. Okay, and now what I want you to do is wiggle this knee right here. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to reach one hand up to the sky. Put your other hand down. Reach up to the sky. Good, bring it down. And now what I want you to do is you're going to step forward. And you're going to try to drop your bum into what's called the deep squat. If you can only get to here, that's totally cool. Fine, just play. The key is to play and have fun and see where you're at. What I want you to do is push your knees away. Now squeeze the knees with your elbows. Coolio. Put your hands down to the best of your ability. Step back with that other leg. If you need to put your knee on the ground, you can keep it on or off. Totally up to you. Off looks like this. So I'm just going to keep my hands forward. I'm going to straighten out my front leg back and forward. So I'm going to feel a nice stretch down the back of the leg here, and I'm going to feel it when I come forward, feel it in stretch in the front. Now what I'm going to do is put my knee down, drop my inside elbow to the best of my ability. Now wiggle this knee out here, just get the outside of that hip moving. Okay, reach one hand up, down, One, reach one hand up, down, and step forward, drop back into your squat to your best of your ability. If your feet need to point straight out, that's cool. If your knees are back or you just can't get here, that's okay. Go to your level. If you're just into here, that's okay. I'm cool with that. Just try to, so if you can, just try to reach, push your knees away with your elbows. Now squeeze. Good. Straighten out your legs, shake it out, let your hands hang. Okay, now we're just, so if you're in this position, that's cool. Keep your hands on the ground, straighten it out, and just hang. We're just hanging upside down. Little inversion's fantastic for blood flowing. Actually clears the mind. Awesome stuff here. Now once you just grab your elbows, round up your spine. Round, 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 round. Reach all the way to the sky. Reach, reach, reach. Step back so I'm in the camera. Reach, 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 reach. Lean to the left, right, or left, whatever. Pull the other hand, pull the other way. Lean back. Back to the side, lean back. Oh, blow out all your air. Blow, 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 blow. Walk your hands up. And that's it. That's our flow for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully it didn't go too fast. If you have any questions or comments or anything like that, please let me know. I can slow it down. We can go over things for Wednesday or even on our Facebook Live. We can certainly do that. But thank you for joining me and have a great one.